I've never seen it.
Yeah. I just texted Kenny the other day on accident because he's dead. So it didn't go through. But something just happened of like a Springfield, Missouri thing. And I just legitimately, muscle memory, sent it to him.
I used to email my dad after he died.
Yeah.
You would email him on purpose? Mm-hmm. I would text my dad, but...
Did you?
Yeah, I did it once on accident, and then I had to be like, he's not going to pick you up from the airport, babe.
It's kind of comforting.
Yeah. Did the text go through?
Yeah, it did for me, and then I would like write him letters because then I was like, okay, stop texting this person who has this number now.
Yeah. I texted a friend after he killed himself and was like, what's wrong with you?
You do it with like the effect where it goes.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, what the fuck were you thinking, dude?
I feel like it's probably a healthy form of grief, honestly.
I think it's really cathartic.
It is, yeah.
I mean, I just like laughed and I'm like, Kenny would laugh.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? This is like insane.
100%.
That
No, Kenny's going to now ruin me and Aaron Weaver's birthday for the rest of his death. Because he died on, I think, the 15th or something, or the 14th, or no, the 14th or something, or the 15th.
In December, yeah.
I think it was the 15th, and our birthdays, me and Aaron Weaver have the same birthday on December 14th.
Yeah.
And we were both like...
yeah. It's like when he used to host Knitting Factory and would go way long before he's supposed to bring you up.
Yeah.
And you're like, Kenny, you're making everyone tired.
Right. And the Putterbaugh's birthday, Tiffany Putterbaugh's birthday is like the 18th or something like that. And we were all like, God, he like really fucked this up.
It was rude.
It was. It was so rude.
Anyways,
Let's
speaking
get
of
into
Christmas.
Speaking of Christmas.
The most talked about, least talked about, most referenced. This movie's referenced as a Christmas movie more than any Elf, probably.
Because it's fun.
Because it's fun.
I that's all I know about it. Is that it's an
Christmas movie.
action movie and that it's a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
And that there's a policeman in it.
Yeah.
Great.
And I looked up like almost nothing, and then he has an ex-wife, and that's all I looked up.
That's great.
That's good.
Or I didn't look up, but like it was actually on a podcast recently. It was referenced, and they were debating on if it was a Christmas movie or not.
Yeah.
And I stopped listening because I was like, I can't have any information.
It's like is a hot dog a sandwich of movie debates?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, and the way I see it, sometimes a hot dog does need to be a sandwich. Like, even if it's not.
Right.
Does that make sense?
No.
Yeah.
No. You don't have to appease her.
I feel like I do understand that logic though, because you go like, sometimes this just needs to be a Christmas movie.
Exactly.
Because it's a traditional Christmas movie for this person's family / I don't really want to talk that long to this person. So I'm just going to say it's a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
That I'm here for. Yeah. I don't need to oppose you because I don't want to have had talked more.
No. I also have a theory that, like, I'm learning the older you get, the more almost like the old movies that are nostalgic and like the Christmas spirit actually makes me sad that I'm old.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Like the further away it gets, the more I'm like, I'll never have childlike wonder.
This is going to come out, I think, the day before Thanksgiving. So
amazing.
it's like I might even bump it to Tuesday. Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Great. Maybe he'll listen.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Wait, who? Oh,
Now I have to leave in the whole texting part in the beginning.
You do have to leave it. My mom's flying in on Thanksgiving.
That's the best date. I used to, when I worked in Manhattan at the Apple stores, open 24/7, including Christmas, Thanksgiving, everything. I would work Christmas and one time I flew home afterwards, and it's amazing.
It's incredible.
Flying on Christmas is amazing. Everyone at the airport is just like, whatever, but they're happy because no one's there, and you're in and out really quick, and the flights are the least expensive versus like the day before and after.
I've flown on Thanksgiving before. I don't think I've ever flown on Christmas though.
I've flown on Christmas Eve, and it's fine. It's like now, it's like not having kids, especially. It's like Christmas Eve morning. You're like, what do I fucking go do?
Yeah, I kind of I don't dislike the holidays, but I'm fine once they pass. It's
Sure.
weird
Yeah, I
being
don't
in.
have really an opinion about it.
Yeah.
Nick doesn't like it, but I'm constantly looking to escape through fantasy. I have like I'm like so deeply trying to escape life, just to
Yeah.
be clear.
Right.
And so I like really build
You
it
should
up.
find, drugs.
I think this is an explanation why I'm in recovery and sober.
Yeah. Do you guys
Now
have
you're
a
just
Christmas
addicted
movie
to
that
Christmas
is an
cheer.
opioid?
Honestly, I'm constantly looking to get high on things that are not addictive.
Yeah.
Right.
I've blown through all of the addictive substances.
I think there's probably nothing I've lucked out more genetically. Unlucky having a brain disease.
Oh, for sure.
But
That
lucky
sucks
not
a
having
little
an
bit.
addiction. Like nothing is.
Oh,
I can
yeah.
like drink a lot, then not drink for 2 months, and then
Ugh,
I could
right.
like. I've done pretty much any drug for a whole month. I did like hallucinogens every single day,
What?
if not a
Yeah.
couple times a day, and then I'm just fine. Like then just like I'm done. It takes me like
Oh,
one day where I'm
sure.
like the whole world is gray and I shouldn't be here, but then
Right,
I
right.
recover just fine, and I'm just like that's just genetic luck.
Yeah, it really is.
I've never. The only exception is if my TN gets really bad, I can go get opioid, like a fentanyl
Yeah.
drip.
Yeah.
And I did that 3 times in a week once. And then
sucks.
my body was like, I like woke up one day, I'm like, I should get that. And I was like, oh no.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
You're like immediately aware. I was like sucking on vapes from the beginning, had them under my pillow.
Oh.
Was hiding them.
So
in-
the vape fairy could come?
yeah, the vape. I was like literally vaping before I woke up, as I went to sleep. I had to have it at all times. I was like pretending like I only felt safe around other addicts that were vaping.
Is a
constantly.
vape a cigarette? This is going to sound so stupid.
No,
or is
it's
it
not-
weed?
It has
It's-
nicotine, though.
No, it
right?
has nicotine,
Okay.
and it shoots more nicotine into your system at once than cigarettes do.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it like all these kids who are teenagers vaping are going to be fully.
But at least
not
you're
right
also
in the
adding
head.
electricity.
And you're coating your lungs in something we're not that sure about.
In 50 years,
yeah,
they'll
just pick
yeah.
up a pack of cigarettes.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
And cigarettes are cool.
I go back
And
and
they're
forth.
cool.
I go back and forth because when I was a teenager, I smoked a pack a day.
Oh my God.
And I know I smoked a pack a day because I picked it up in rehab.
Well, yeah, that happens a lot. Though.
Yeah.
Like I have
Yeah.
a lot of addicts in my family, and they're all like chewing on tobacco and then,
Right.
like smoking a bunch of cigarettes, and you just go, whatever. That one's gonna kill you the least fast.
Yeah.
The lesser of 20 evils type
Exactly.
of thing.
Yeah. Now I have like an occasional cigarette or like drag of a cigarette. And whenever I have a drag of someone's cigarette, they're like, "Do you just want one?" And I'm like, "Oh no, I'm not a smoker."
I'm not a smoker. I just need this or else.
It kind of feels that way. It's really, and so now fantasy is my current
Addiction.
yeah, because I got into like smutty romance fantasy
Oh.
books.
Love that.
And so I'm
Yeah.
are you into like gay fairies?
I haven't gotten to the gay fairies, but I'm
Okay.
into fairies. I've gotten into like very weird corners of self-published books.
Yeah.
for sure.
How- what are the
That's
covers like
actually
on
good,
these?
though.
They're really not good. They're embarrassing. I have a Kindle, otherwise I would never read them.
Yeah, you can't be in public with
But
that.
like some of these are just like porn.
Yes.
And so I'm just
Yeah.
like constantly reading porn everywhere.
At least it's like a normalizing
It's
it being out and
acceptable
around.
porn.
Yeah.
I
'Cause
do
there's
love
magic.
it. I do love it. I just
Right. They
like
have wings.
without I mean I'm not going to cross a boundary and share too much, but it is weird to just constantly be horny.
What percentage of the pages?
in public.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. I'll like take a second and then I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, God, Jesus Christ.
You're gonna like use the
At a
battery from.
breakfast restaurant.
You can use the battery from your vape to recharge your Kindle to get off.
I know, exactly.
Can I siphon the electricity out of my? What are they called? Isn't that like a famous PAK? PAK? Is that a vape?
Is that a
I
vape?
don't
I don't know,
know.
I don't know
maybe.
anything about. I never knew
I don't
vapes
know
were
that
weed
I've-
or tobacco.
do
Right.
both.
I feel like I always have to ask because I'll be at a party and they'll be like, "Do you want this?" And I'm like, "I don't know what that is."
Yeah, can you give me more explanation? It's
Is it gonna have a
You just
flavor?
turned it on.
Am
I don't know if I
yeah.
want that.
I know
don't
people
I
that
put it in my mouth.
carry two different
To milk
ones.
like a cow.
Yeah.
Yum yum.
But also, like, when I would have a vape or when I had cigarettes, I was always like, don't fucking ask me for.
What if you, okay, let's say you have two,
You wouldn't
you
wanna
have
share.
both
No,
vapes.
but then I do now.
Oh.
What if you did this and you sucked, like you lined them up like one,
Right.
like not like
I
B2B, but
have
like.
double vaped when
No,
they're
but could
running
you go?
low.
Could you suck through one and it would suck out the other one?
I
Like,
don't know because it's like goes through a thing.
You guys
It's
really
like
got
a
to get the
filter or
video.
something,
Oh, that makes
right?
Yeah. Maybe it would make
I
it
have
better.
Someone
but-
explain
idea. I
vaping
have
to
no
Kyle.
idea.
I don't know. It
Someone's-
felt,
guys,
it's
send
crazy
Kyle
to me it was
vapes.
ever allowed. It feels like they were like, cigarettes are bad for you, so we've made more addicting, easier to
Yes.
market ones.
Yeah, yeah. Ones
Yeah.
that are,
For
like, taste
babies?
like bubble gum. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was just
Everyone should have to carry a full hookah around if they want to smoke.
Stop,
You should be
that's
that
the
dedicated to
funniest.
smoking. Smoking, they just need more obstacles. It could be if you want to smoke, pull out your full hookah
Yeah.
in the weirdest part. This like the Vegas airport is so sad.
Yeah.
It's like this to me it's the saddest airport in the world because everyone's losing money waiting for a plane.
And that's tough.
That's
and
me.
it's tough. And then
That
you
is
see,
me.
do you go to the there's the smoking section?
Yeah, I'm not
but it's
allowed.
just double doors. So every time you walk by, the automatic doors open, the smoke billows out to the whole entire airport.
it's
I
like-
have not seen that.
the most luxurious thing that I like, something I fantasize about that I'll never experience again was having a sleepover in high school and at this friend's house whose mom.
But everyone's just 36 now.
Well,
in the
everyone's
fantasy.
36,
Okay.
but their parents smoked inside,
Yeah.
and so her mom left early in the morning, and we would just sit up in bed and start smoking, and I was like, I've never felt more alive.
I think that is a big contributor to why I cigarettes make me gag.
Oh yeah,
Is because my mom
Your
smoked
parent.
and would smoke like on the back porch, sort of like the half in, half
Yeah.
outside type of thing.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and if I would ever go back there, I'd be like, oh, and I think that it
Yeah.
made me never.
I'll
never
like
like
buy a pack of cigarettes to make friends sometimes.
Oh,
to
I
like
love
to
that.
like carry them around and be able to be like, oh yeah, you want one? Because I'm not addicted to. So I'll give them away like
Yeah.
candy, and I don't. And
That's
And
incredible.
then I told
Yeah,
told
I
somebody
agree.
that, and they went, "That's sad."
No, it's not.
I was like, ah. They were like, "Why don't you just carry around a lighter?" And I was like, "Okay, so that is less expensive, but I feel like it's more generous to be like." Oh, do you want a
Yeah.
cigarette?
It's also odd if you
And
they're
I'll
like,
I'll
you have a
light
lighter
one.
but no cigarettes.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, do you have cigarettes? You're like, no, just
No, do you just need fire?
I have two lighters.
It just feels a little intimate too. Like lighting
Yeah.
someone's cigarette is like,
I think unfortunately
Yeah,
cigarettes are
yeah.
the coolest thing in the world.
I know.
Yeah.
And especially if you have like a Zippo.
Yeah.
It's the coolest anything.
what's
Like the silver lighters that
Yeah.
are metal that you can kind of
Oh.
like really quickly.
Yeah.
Sure.
They're so cool.
I get really bad reinforcement too because when I smoke, I really do think I look cooler / trashier, which is like I think is leaning in for me.
Sure.
And people are like, "Oh hell yeah, I love smoking Lindsay," and I'm like, "Yeah, me too." And then I go home and I'm like, "I'm dying."
Like, have I inhaled today?
Yeah.
Just on my own?
Yeah.
How did we get oh, you're talking about replacing vices with holiday movies?
Yes.
Is that how we got here to start with?
That's how we
no,
got there. That is how we
legitimately
got
though.
there.
I like my husband is like not into the holiday season, and I literally yesterday on a plane was like, we should do stuff to like get into the holiday season together, and he was like, I don't like the holidays that much, and we've
Right.
been together for 15 years.
Okay, so you do know that about him.
Well, I forget every year.
Yeah. yeah. Willful.
It keeps coming up at the same fucking time every year.
He keeps being
crazy.
a bummer. And
Here-
then instead of saying Grinch, I was like, I didn't know I married a grouch. He was like, what's wrong with you?
Oscar the Grouch, Oscar the Grinch.
They're both
I
green.
feel like there's a lot of people this year, at least in my friend group, who are women, who are getting into the holidays even more. They're getting like harder because they're sadder because of what happened.
Yes,
Sure.
exactly.
9/11.
Yeah, 9/11.
Well,
That's what I'm referencing. Of course, I had an ex
Fly
whose
early, fly
dad
often.
died on 9/11, but not that 9/11. And I was like, I kind of love that.
Yeah.
Because then everyone's sad and you
Yeah.
don't have to explain yourself to anybody.
Yeah, you're allowed to just kind of.
But
people
then you
like,
also
what's-
don't get a special day. You
Yeah,
don't get
it's
to be like, my
the
dad
opposite
died
of birthday
today.
on Christmas.
Huh?
Yeah.
It is.
Dad Day, which is Dad Death Day.
Dad,
on 9/11.
Dad Death Day, which we all have one, except for you.
Well, I mean, I haven't called him today.
Yeah.
So who knows? Not only do I not have
love
that,
that
he's part of the podcast.
I know exactly.
You know,
I'm
we all have that except for you. It's like, so just two of us.
Just two of us. Just two people.
All
Jake?
of us. Wait, Jake.
My dad's alive.
Ooh.
Bummer.
Do men dads
Shit.
live longer?
I think so. I think having a girl tires you out. It gives you cancer.
They need to scan two people at once.
I know. What did your dad die from?
Alcoholism.
Oh, fuck.
So,
Oh, wow. That makes this a lot weirder. My dad was an alcoholic. My dad was an alcoholic, but he died from cancer. But whoops. Sorry. I love being an addict. I'm just
So anyways, you're saying you watch Elf to feel good?
Yeah. Wow. I didn't know you would understand so deeply.
yeah.
The visceral reaction.
that's so funny.
Anyway, that being said, I know. That being said,
New word.
this is a great Christmas movie because it's like an adult Christmas movie.
It is.
Yeah.
This is. I don't understand people's. Just like if you're someone who's like, this is not a Christmas movie. Maybe we should take a break. We're gonna do that. We'll be right back. Then we're gonna actually talk about Die Hard.
Okay, sorry. Oh my God. I love that my full addict is out and you're just like, oh, he died from alcoholism.
It's actually alcoholism, yeah.
I actually know a better addict than you.
Yeah, honestly.
He was actually really good at it.
Damn,
I think
failure.
that like I don't. The older I get, the less I am gonna combat anyone on anything that they believe that makes them happy.
Yes,
People will be
yeah,
like, Die
it's
Hard's
like-
not a Christmas movie.
I'm
It's
like,
and
why do we have to fight about that? There's
What is this to
so
fight?
many other things that are
Right.
important in the world.
right.
Yeah, like this isn't going on the podcast, right? But is it?
It doesn't have to.
Okay, not this part, but I think my brother-in-law's in like a weird cult, and we just went to his wedding, and we found out he's so like ominous about this like men's retreat, like men's group, and his like wife is now in this like women's group. And they're not open about it, which is the weirdest part.
Yes.
Like I go
That's
to
how they
AA.
get you, though.
I love cults. Like
Yes.
I am in AA. You should talk to me about your cult.
There's power in healthy
100%.
groups.
Yeah, and like, but they are really fucking like astringent and weird about it. And there was all these people at the wedding. We finally got the name of it, and we were like, everybody the whole weekend was like,
Yeah.
"What the fuck is this?"
A whole religion based on
Is it
science.
like a professional?
Kind of.
Yeah.
It's like it's very like the difference between men and women and how to like.
No,
it's
I
like
always hate that.
Is it
Yeah.
I
like-
hate those.
it's
I
like
don't
an
those.
astringent, like a grueling self-reflection.
So what is this, like super traditional gender role trad wife type of
I
like?
kind of think is that it's not. It's like
Right.
how to embrace your inner gender to maximize your potential, and like men are supposed to be this way. And it explained a lot, but then it's also it's not quite a culty enough to be dangerous.
Sure.
It's
Yeah,
just
They
not
haven't gotten there yet.
It's not
Yeah.
relatable.
Is
and
there group sex?
no, unfortunately, that.
Right.
Okay,
But
so we haven't reached peak cult.
ultimately, it's like they're all trying to like be better people.
I feel
So
like
it's
there might be
kind of
group
like-
sex.
That's fine.
So, but it's hard because it's like I don't know. This is.
But also, are you paying a ton of money to try to be a better person?
Well, they are. They're going on retreats.
I
all
feel
the
like there's
time.
I feel like there's group sex for the women. Like I think the women will be like, oh,
I mean, there should be.
yeah.
I think no, they
it's
like
so happy to get away
they're
from these
so
men.
reserved about. They're so reserved about their like
Yeah.
sexuality.
When it's like secret like that, though, that's when I'm like,
That's the
just tell
problem.
me.
Yeah.
Just tell me.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna support you. I'm a yes person.
I like exactly like the older I get, I'm like, look, if you're trying to be a better person,
Absolutely.
that's fucking better than most people.
Yeah.
100%.
So like, I'm not gonna get in your shit and tell you what to do and what not to do,
no,
but
unless
like,
you're literally
That's
being
why we all wrote in
dangerous.
Jill Stein.
yeah. Oh my god.
Here's a Halloween costume, J.L. Stein.
JL Stein.
It's just Jill Stein with goosebumps.
Oh my god. So funny.
Just in time for Halloween costumes. I'm trying to find an out point to not leave in the cult stuff.
Oh, sorry. Okay. I mean, I shit.
And cult, we're back from talking about the cult stuff.
I love being in the. Well, I can't. I shouldn't talk about AA.
Why? What does the A stand for? Who are some of the people you've met there?
I will say that people really do use anonymous pretty laxly in those.
Yeah.
Well, in LA,
yeah,
absolutely.
It feels crazy though because I go to Al-Anon.
And,
and people will be
Al-Anon's even more poppin'.
People will be like, "Oh yeah, we know each other from Al-Anon," and I'm just standing there like, "Well, I don't." Okay,
I thought we knew each other.
I'm like fine with you saying that because
Yeah.
like people know that like I talk about it in my comedy, not Al-Anon, but like how my dad died and stuff. But but we don't really need to just broadcast it at this like party.
Right.
Like we're at a birthday party.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't need to be like
Yeah.
the primary introduction. My name
Yeah.
would
No.
be killer if you're bringing it up.
100%. No, I do think that
Something you like about me.
Right. Exactly.
everybody is in some sort of program in LA.
Yes.
So we're all
Yeah.
just like, what's yours? I just know.
Right.
And so it is very, I was really taken aback by, well, okay, we're going to get off of this because I don't know what you can use. I don't care.
Wow. Where's
There's-
your Kindle when you need to get off of something, you know?
In my car.
Is that why? Sorry, going to be a little bit late.
I took my
Very
Kindle.
smart.
I took my Kindle to the doctor's office this morning, and in the waiting room with a bunch of old ladies, I was just like,
You guys don't even know.
I was like, somebody's
knew.
deep throating in my Kindle.
Does the battery run out faster during
Yes,
that?
it runs out. It does. I was on the plane. I was like, it was not right.
What's have you done this? Because I have done it. Tried to pinch to zoom on a Kindle.
No, I
I physically
haven't.
touched my screen to try and zoom in to a thing that doesn't do. I've done that to a
don't have a
magazine
Kindle.
before.
Oh, stop. That's
Like
so
a physical
funny.
magazine. I've tried to pinch to zoom and I'm like, oh, I think I'm done.
This is a piece of paper.
Yeah. I was just like,
What
well,
is
I
this,
got to see this.
paper?
Oh, yes,
Yeah,
I can't do
I
that.
do feel like a Kindle. I wanted mine to be very like disconnected.
These things last
from the
forever.
phone.
I have a
Yeah.
Kindle from 2010
Whoa.
that still I can get library books on.
That's
If
so
you use the
cool.
Libby app, I just sign up and it just shows right up on the Kindle once I have it
love
reserved.
the Libby app, but you want to know something about these sick women that also like these romance novel books? These fucking these
women.
depraved, disgusting women.
That you're a part of the group of.
Yeah, absolutely. But like these sick bitches, there's a waiting list
Oh,
for these
sure.
books at the
Yeah.
library, and I'm like, how dare you?
Yeah. Some of these books are like, for the digital book, for the Kindle, they're like,
Yeah.
it's 2 years.
Well, and it's like
Whoa.
they're usually series. They're like a series of
Right.
4 books or something like that.
Give me a
And
title.
Court of Thorns and Roses is like the gateway drug.
Okay.
And then you kind of get into like Blood and Ash is one of them. That's
I've
really
heard of
big.
that. Yeah.
Blood and Ash. I'm finishing up. I don't want to. I read one called Fighting Destiny, which was Rogue, and I don't recommend
What
it.
do you mean
unless-
rogue? Like not in part of a
I don't.
world?
I don't think it was like self-published. It was like a random Reddit recommendation, and it was so bad that I had to read the whole thing, and. Because it was just like so poorly written.
Yeah.
It read like my first draft of any script.
Sure.
Like the dialogue was like it. The dialogue was essentially like what any comedian writes as their first draft.
Yeah. Sort of
Yeah.
like what we're going to read right now.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Good transition.
Fuck yeah.
Good transition. We keep getting in it. I think this is going to be kind of our get into the, because we usually spend December on like holiday movies and I haven't seen a lot of them.
Yeah.
I do think there's something to the idea of as you get older, what was fun about things is less fun. What characters you align with start to change.
Yep.
Oh, sure.
I mean, even as I get older, I just sort of like watch any movie and I'm like, I align with a different character in Home Alone every time I
Yes.
watch it.
Oh.
Now I align with
rappers.
the guy from Home Alone 2 who's in the Plaza Hotel. Love that guy.
That is such an interesting. Yeah, I noticed
think
that
about it like
completely.
that.
You're just like, you hate his mom so much when you're younger. And you're like,
Yeah.
how would she ever do that? And then as I get older, I'm just like, she's probably tired.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she needs a break.
And
She's
also,
tired.
he's kind of being a little shit.
Yeah,
and
he's
like,
bad. Leave him places.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
literally fine.
And
He could have called the cops.
she
It's
tries to
fine.
like lift the earth to get back to him, and he's
Yeah.
just like fucking using their credit card
Yeah.
like a little bitch.
Every
Like
one
a
of them
little
changes. Even as
bitch.
I watch like Elf as I'm older, and I'm like, yeah, it's a weird world.
Yeah.
I'm not really mad at that guy for giving up Buddy and being his dad. I'm like, yes, whatever.
Yeah, I'm not mad at
It'd be an
anybody in
annoying
that
kid to
movie.
have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just am like Zoe Deschanel's character needs therapy. Like,
Oh, 1,000%.
Is she showering at work?
She's showering at work. She's showering.
If I'm showering at work,
Yeah.
I'm not singing.
for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
She needs a lot of help.
I'm just
in any movie that she's been in.
I
Everybody's
agree.
like, oh my God, she's so attractive and perfect. And I'm like, that woman needs therapy.
that's
She-
like a builds a voodoo doll type of energy I get from her all the time, but
Yeah.
not in like the witchy way, in the I literally think this is going to work way.
That's
yeah. And
so
that's
funny.
something that I do identify with. I come from the world of, like, oh, I lightly stalked you,
Sure.
Sure.
Like, oops,
Quirks.
I'm romantic.
Why plant a
Sorry.
tree if you don't want people in it?
You're dedicated. I appreciate
I like
that.
public space that's available for pedestrians. That's why I'm in a tree outside
Just,
your
like,
window.
Easy to find people.
Right.
Okay? It's easy to be like, I didn't know you were going to be on this corner.
Yeah.
That's so admirable. I'm such a I was such a pussy. I was just like, I just sat in my room and was like, they fucking hate me.
Well, now you're married.
Sure.
Yeah, it's great, and I still do that, but it's just from the other room.
He's just in the room next to
Yeah,
you.
I'm in the bedroom and he's in the office, and I'm
He
like,
would
"You
be in the fucking office.
We text each other, and I'm like, "Are you mad at me?"
Just because you can't
That's my
see
favorite
him.
question to ask someone.
Yeah, yeah. It is my favorite question to ask
Are you
someone.
mad at me?
It's
Why
like
are you mad at me? Just
Yeah.
lead with that. Don't even give him the option.
No, for sure.
Die Hard.
Die Hard.
Die Hard.
A Christmas movie. I always find it weird when people, the hill to die on that something isn't something someone else likes is odd to me. You don't even have to think it's a Christmas movie, but just for that to be what you're, I'm so much, the older I get, the less I'm just like, just don't be vocal about it then. If you
Yeah.
really,
Yeah.
it's
If
just
you
a
have
weird
nothing
thing to
nice
spend
to
all your time to
say.
say. Yeah, I'm back around to first grade sort of stuff.
I like that.
But there was a time where I probably would have been like, no, it's not. I just watched it for the first time a couple years ago.
I did too, and I forgot most of it, so that's
Well,
good.
this will be a good refresher.
Yeah, it will be. This will be the ideal version. I'm excited.
So we talked a little bit
truly don't
2
even
hours
know
ago
what I
about what you brought into this.
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
I know, I always
you know
feel
it is. It's
responsible.
literally completely fine. It's a Christmas movie. There's a
Yeah.
cop.
Yeah. And I knew that there was an ex-wife.
An
and
ex-wife.
I knew there was a policeman.
Yes.
I knew that there was Christmas. I thought I sometimes conflate Bruce Willis with that
Nick
other
Cage?
man. No, Vin Diesel.
Oh,
They're both bald, right?
They are both bald.
that's no, for sure.
then when I
like
sat- when I
35-year age difference. Maybe not that extreme,
When I
but
sat down, I was like, oh, this is not the Fast and the Furious, which I also have not seen.
yeah.
So
It almost
see.
certainly. I wonder if Bruce Willis was never in Fast and the Furious. I don't want to look at Jake like you've seen all of it.
No, he hasn't.
Expendables?
I have seen all the Fast and the Furious.
Was he in the Expendables, Bruce
Oh.
Willis?
Yes, he was.
I think I just talked about this on here. I got to help. I saw Bruce Willis came to the Apple Store when I was working there once to get an
Whoa.
iPod Classic.
Yeah.
And that's how long it was. And he was in a like the tank top with a denim jacket, and the tank top was like a little ripped, and then like jeans and a Yankees hat, and was like telling everyone, he's like, I really thought no one would recognize me with the hat. And I'm like, you're dressed like you dress in all of the movies you're in.
Yeah.
a hat is not a disguise, sir.
He wears the Yankees hat in like Die Hard 2, I
Unless
think.
you're me, because I cannot tell men apart. I
Right.
would be like,
You did think
Vin
he was Vin
Diesel.
Diesel.
Yeah. That's so funny.
It's incredible. I think they would both take it as a compliment at this point.
I
Yeah.
hope so. Oh,
I
who's
think so.
older?
Bruce Willis is much
Yeah.
older.
Okay, oops.
Like much older. Probably
He
like
was-
25 years
Vin
older.
Diesel's a little ageless looking.
He is.
Yeah.
And
In my head, they're both like 60.
Okay. I don't know how old
Wow.
anyone is anymore, like how they look.
No,
or
neither do I. And that's not based
Bruce
on
Willis
looks.
is 69. Vin Diesel's 57. That's older than I thought he was. I
Okay,
thought I
so
would
they're
say
both
50.
60.
They average out to right at 60.
Okay, I'm trying to
all
look
right.
at like the characters.
So you can cast it however you'd like.
Yeah, I'm trying not to like cast too many people who talk to each other.
Lindsay's great at voices, so if it's back and forth, she can do this.
I hate you so much.
Okay, so Lindsay, why don't you should be Bruce.
Okay.
And then Kyle, you should be Carol.
Great.
Wow, reversing gender
That's how you know it's a Christmas movie. There's a Carol.
Yeah. Yeah, I did that definitely on purpose and not on accident at all. And then
You can even just lift that arm.
let's see. And then why don't we make
Maybe not.
you can be villain,
Great.
and then you can be Chief Lindsay.
Okay.
And then I'll do neighbor and butcher, which are just at the very end.
Lindsay
Okay.
does a good Arapaho accent, so
I
she'll
do
be
a good
for
what?
Chief.
Oh my God, no. I'm just going to, anytime I do an accent, I'm just going to do an impression of Jake.
Or actually,
Why, it's
Mute
gonna-
your mic.
It's like more offensive because you're like, I'll just do an impression of someone here.
Yeah.
actually, Lindsay, will you be the butcher at the end?
Sure.
Okay, cool. And then I'll read the stage directions. And I
Perfect.
think that's fully cast.
If anyone else comes up, you can just point.
Okay, cool. Great. Die Hard, a Christmas movie. Written by unknown, based on all action movies. Exterior.
Taking the time to change it to unknown is very funny.
I know. I saw that and I was like, that's kind of incredible.
Thank you for noticing. Okay. Exterior New York golden hour. Because it's really easy to shoot at golden hour. Okay. Christmas music plays because
They're
this is-
immediately budget conscious.
You really are thinking of all the stuff.
Christmas music plays because this is a Christmas movie. Snow falls, establishing shots of the iconic New York skyline.
The snow.
Yeah.
Oh my God, perfect. Exterior New York brownstone evening. A car speeds up and skids into a spot right in front of a classic New York brownstone. On the side of a town. There's spelling mistakes.
That's
on
all
the
right.
side of town where the rich people live. This is the chief of police's home. Yeah, he has a brownstone. A man steps out of the car. This is Bruce Willis. If Bruce Willis isn't available, we will cast Vin Diesel. Bruce adjusts his gun before opening the front door of the house. Opening the door, we are flooded with celebration. This is the Christmas party. Interior New York brownstone continuous. A group of carolers sing in the corner. There are out-of-work actors dressed as elves passing trays. There's a lot of men with guns getting drunk. Some women, but this is an action movie from the 80s, question mark? So keep your female expectations low. Bruce moves around the party like he is looking for something or someone. Suddenly, a hand flies in front of him, wielding a glass of champagne. The hand belongs to secret villain.
I heard about Carol.
Bruce and villain do an obligatory cheers. Bruce scowls.
I heard about a bomb threat.
Bruce finishes his champagne.
So much for small talk.
Hey, if you wanted small talk with the weather, don't bring up my ex-wife.
I thought you would want a heads up because she just walked in the door.
Our only female character has just entered the party. She sheds a large, bulky coat to expose a tight cocktail dress and heels. Wow. Her hair her hair is windblown and she's wearing glasses, so you know she has a brain. If this part If this part had a casting call attached, it would read, beautiful woman, but not like a conventional model. Feel free to think outside the box. Must have striking features.
Shit.
The stage directions do a lot of heavy lifting. Okay. Bruce walks over to Carol, charges over. Carol, unsurprised to encounter him, smiles and politely leans in to appear cordial while whispering in his ear.
Careful, we're being watched.
She kisses his cheek. Bruce blushes.
It's nice to see you.
Sure. Let's get a drink, shall we?
Interior New York Brownstone Library a little later. Carol's drinking a scotch while observing Bruce, who holds another champagne flute and is still trying to piece together why she's there.
Patty invited me, said it was important I come.
Patty.
You got a great Bruce Willis.
Thank you.
You pick up all of his charisma. And his current ability to read.
Patty. Oh,
Sorry.
that was good.
Sorry.
But hurt.
It was good. Okay. Carol is done with the cryptic pace of this movie. She gets right to the point.
I know about the bomb threat.
Bruce looks around concerned they're being taped.
Stop that. Of course this whole house is wired. It doesn't matter. We don't have time. Why didn't you call me?
I can handle it. You divorced me, remember?
You slept with my best friend, remember?
Yeah, I do.
Bruce! That was a rhetorical question. Bruce. Can you stop being a brooding asshole for 2 minutes and listen to me?
Habits die hard. What can I say?
Say nothing. I've been trying to talk and I need you to fully shut up.
Bruce nods, blushing again. If he makes it out of here alive, he's marrying this woman again.
The chief doesn't know about the bomb. Supposedly Patty only told you. I saw you talking to Villain. He can't be trusted. We've had a tap on him for a while. He's under investigation and associated with the butcher. Yeah, that butcher. I need you to listen to me carefully. Something is happening tonight.
Boom! Fireworks. Shit. That is going to get confusing. Or maybe it's perfect to cover the sound of shooting people. Bruce and Carol have migrated closer together. It's clear that he wants to touch her. Who wouldn't? She is smart and She is smart and stunning, but not in a typical model way. Villain enters the library laughing and being escorted by the chief.
Bruce, Carol, excuse us. We don't mean to interrupt.
Carol quickly moves away from Bruce and greets the chief.
No interrupting, just catching up. It's so wonderful to see you. And me. Yes, you're also here.
Villain laughs. There is something happening between them. It is distinct and not sexual. An explosion! Somewhere else in the house, something has happened. Bruce moves fast, but is stopped by the chief.
I have a hidden room here. Carol, you stay. I'm going to check this out.
The chief moves a book and a trap door opens in the floor. Stairs to a hidden room are below. Bruce isn't thinking straight. He leaves Carol with the chief and Villain. Interior New York brownstone kitchen continuous. Bruce barrel rolls into the kitchen, gun drawn. It is complete carnage. A limb of an out-of-work actor is still holding a mistletoe lays in front of Bruce. He brushes it to the side. No time for tears. He needs to save his family, his Carol, his Christmas. Bruce scans the room and is startled by Villain, who comes up behind him.
Thought you might need help.
You take the halls. I'm going in deeper.
Okay, whatever you need. Carol and the chief are underground, safe.
Villain disappears. Bruce goes into the kitchen. There's blood everywhere. He picks up a pig's in the blanket and smells it, making sure that it's ketchup and not blood on there. Before popping it into his mouth. Bombs make him hungry. A noise! A noise! Bang, bang, bang! Bruce randomly shoots at the noise. It was unfortunately the chief's wife. But it doesn't matter. Bruce just ended her pain and suffering. The chief is secret gay. So now he can live out.
That's incredible.
So now he can live honestly without having to divorce her. So favors. Okay, Bruce located the bomb. He picks it up. It's a government-issued bomb? Wait, the bomb was an inside job?
Shit.
Bruce looks around almost too late as Villain comes barreling in and whacks him with a part of a chair. They fight. They tumble. They break a ton of glass. Bang, bang, bang. The Villain goes limp on top of Bruce, who looks up to see Carol holding a gun.
Carol, watch out!
The chief is behind Carol with a huge sword.
No!
Carol ducks. The chief swings it and it hits Bruce. He starts squirting blood. Carol's gun flies out of her hand. There's a scramble for it.
Why, Chief? Why?
Villain was the love of my life.
It's the 80s. If you're gay in a movie, you're the bad guy and you die. Sorry, I don't make the rules. I just write the script. Carol takes off her high heel and digs it into the chief's face to get him off of her. Looks like high heels are a functional shoe. Bruce comes up behind the chief and snaps his neck. It is incredibly violent and unnecessary, but he is certainly dead. Carol screams.
Ah!
Bruce crawls over to her, still squirting blood. Carol instinctually puts her mouth on it the way one sticks a paper cut in their mouth. She means well, but it ends up with too much blood in her mouth and is forced to spit. Bruce rips a part of her dress off. She sharply inhales. He uses it to stop the bleeding, wrapping it around his arm. Snow starts to fall inside the house. Because of the explosion, there is no longer a ceiling or roof.
Merry Christmas, baby.
Bruce looks at his ex-wife's beautiful blood-soaked lips and plants one giant kiss on her. A noise! Bang, bang, bang! Bruce doesn't even stop kissing her to look at who he is shooting at. It happens to be the next-door neighbor who just arrived at the door holding a Christmas pie. Oh, dear. I was just trying to bring over some pie.
In parentheses, dying is so fun.
I know.
As the credits roll, Bruce and Carol begin to make love, and we pan down to
Covered in blood.
Yep. The best way to make love, covered in blood.
True.
And we pan down into a secret basement hiding room. Interior New York brownstone secret room. There are many computers underground monitoring everything that is happening, not just here, but there's another Christmas party at the governor's home. The back of a man in front of the screens moves. He looks up, revealing that it is the butcher. Type, type, type. Bring, bring, bring. The butcher answers the phone.
Yeah, we're going to need another cleanup.
The butcher hangs up, watching Bruce and Carol have really awkward-looking sex.
Merry fucking Christmas.
Right, for a sequel, we smash to black. Yay.
That was
Christmas
great.
music.
I needed all the stage directions personally.
Yeah. I was pretty sure like an action movie has a lot of stage directions.
Yeah, that might be like the most graphic script we've ever had.
I like it. You leaned in. You nailed all of the aspects of an action movie, specifically in the 80s.
And
Thank
the ways
you.
they
I
solve
tried.
their wounds,
Yeah.
which is always important
Sticking them
because
in
it's
their
just
mouth,
something you got.
right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. And the woman always in the end is in a tight dress with her tits out.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, somehow the dress.
Can't believe I ended up here again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's sort
right.
of like the
Yeah.
heel energy.
Uses her shoe.
It was pretty great.
Thank you.
One
I think
note.
I have a career, maybe.
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay.
You'll have to. Well, if you write it in modern day, there's no way a police officer could afford to live in New York.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Right. No, but he would be the
But
villain
back
still.
then,
Right.
Yeah.
he definitely could afford a home.
It'll be set in the 80s still.
Yeah. Oh, then
Yeah.
that's perfect.
Yeah.
I
It'll
think.
be. I think they need another sequel, right?
There's,
There's
I
like
don't even
3
know
or
how many
4
there
of
have
them.
been.
I think there's 3.
Die Hard 2, Dire Harder.
My first boyfriend, brag, in Los Angeles, had a house because he wrote he wrote and sold like a sequel to The Bourne Identity, but it was never made.
What?
And so
Well, that's amazing.
Or was it made and they forgot?
oh wow, dun dun.
Isn't that Jason Bourne?
Oh, yeah. Wait, is it Jason?
Yeah. He forgets stuff. He doesn't know why he's
Yeah.
like a agent of the government. or
That's
something.
right.
Same.
I love that.
Honestly, one of the relatable
I'm
things I like about it.
Constantly forgetting why I'm an agent. Of
I don't
the
even pay
government.
taxes. I forget so much. About the
that's
government.
great.
There's 5 Die Hards.
Oh, wow. 5.
Die Hard 2, great title. Die Hard with a Vengeance, Live Free or Die Hard, and A Good Day to Die Hard.
So is Bruce Willis in all of them?
Yes.
Or does he drop off?
He is in all of them.
Okay.
Okay, so I'd have to find someone new because I don't know that he's up for it.
Probably. I
Vin
think he's
Diesel.
retired now. Vin Diesel
Vin
seems good.
Diesel could do it. Also, Vin Diesel as like an old dude.
Our like pretty frequent guest on here, Todd Sklar, the film director, is obsessed with Die Hard. And I asked him to come on today. He couldn't come, but he loves it. I just thought it is great.
Wait, I'm
It's
sorry.
like
Are
the
you saying I'm
example
a
of these.
backup?
No, it's going to be 4 people
I'm
actually.
just kidding.
I was going to literally
No.
have Todd sit here.
He's not saying that at all.
I'm
And
joking.
I was gonna have Todd sit here and not talk until he could tell everyone facts about Die Hard. Like that's how much he likes it. I want him to just be over here. It's great. It really is really good.
It's a
I watched
really
it with him
fun
for the
movie.
first time and did like a
I should watch
commentary
it.
along. It's really good. I think one of the big things, and I don't know as much about it, is that Bruce Willis was. People were like, "Wait, what?" when he was cast in Die Hard because he was kind of a comedy guy. And kind of
sure.
just like it's like putting Tom Hanks in a serious action role or
Yeah.
something at the
Okay.
time. And then he was so good in it.
They were like,
changed
he's
the trajectory
actually
of
an
everything.
action
Wow.
star.
And that was the big thing is he's just a normal guy.
Yeah.
It's not like he's the size of Vin Diesel or anything.
No.
And it's not. It's crazy that he's doing. Action movies were so tame.
Wait, is Vin Diesel a big guy? Is
Vin
Bruce
Diesel's
Willis not a
humongous.
big guy?
Vin
I
Diesel.
think Bruce
a big
Willis is
guy.
pretty, especially by action guy size. He's just like a normal size
By
guy.
action guy
Yeah,
size.
by regular guy shape, he's in good shape. But by
Right.
like in good shape, he's average.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Understood. Wow.
There's like it's a action movies were so tame. He was just a off-duty cop whose ex-wife becomes a hostage in a big office building at a Christmas party.
Okay.
And so he goes, you really got a lot of it.
Yeah, you really did.
But it's like he walks across glass at one point. That's how,
Yeah.
and everyone's like, whoa.
That's right.
How
And
did they shoot this?
The woman's even, from what I remember, the woman's even more useless in actual Die Hard.
I wanted to give her something to do.
No, you
because she had
did.
glasses.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
she needs
Yeah, I
to
don't
be
think she
smart.
had glasses, so I
No.
think she was more of a background type
No.
of thing. Alan Rickman is the villain, and he's very, very good. It's
He
like
is
an
really
all-time
good.
movie villain role
Yeah.
that people really like.
I think
Okay,
it.
I'm gonna have to watch it.
Yeah,
He's the standout to me.
I'll
Alan
say-
Rickman is very
Alan
good.
Rickman.
it balances the seriousness that you need to have stakes in an action
Yeah.
movie with the fact that it's completely silly.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that, but I feel that way about the Bourne movies sometimes.
so do
because
I.
I'm like, what are we talking about?
If you
here?
like those, the Bourne
I
movies,
love
then you will
the
really,
Bourne
really, really like
movies.
Die Hard.
Yeah,
And
I love the Bourne movies
Yeah.
too.
you can also go. Die Hard is in LA,
That's
and it's like
Oh,
a
it's
big
in
LA
LA?
movie.
Yeah.
It's not in New York.
No, but it's in a high
That's
rise, so you assume
crazy.
but it's the high rise is actually over in like Century City, I think, and people
Okay,
always
so
take pictures on
originally
that part.
I thought I was set in LA because on that podcast that I listened to, they were like, no, it's set in LA. But then when I looked up, because I need to know if it was Bruce Willis,
Yeah.
I was like, I want to know like at least one actor in
Yeah.
this movie.
Yeah,
I thought that when
the
I Googled
poster
it,
very
it said
much looks like
something
a He's a New York cop, but
that's
he's in
what
LA.
it was. Okay.
Yeah.
Because it said like New York police officer, and then I
Yeah.
was like, okay, that's all I need to know.
I love an off-duty cop being a cop still.
Yep.
Classic.
Classic. It's a classic.
It's a
I mean, look,
classic.
there's a lot of good normal
A
cop
classic
things like
hero.
shooting at nothing. I think you really nailed that.
Thank you.
Having no
did.
repercussions
I
for
tried.
anything they do, you really nailed that. Oh, the
you.
police officer in this is also the dad from what's the show with Urkel called?
Oh, Family Matters.
Family Matters.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
So it's like at that point
Carl
he was,
Winslow?
Yeah, Carl Winslow. At that point he was like kind of like America's dad on television. It was
Okay.
such a big thing. These are all things I also just got way after the fact, just
Right.
watching this with Todd, and he wants to tell me everything about it.
So what do you
It is
think
great.
the actors are making on residuals from the movie?
Oh, $1 a day. I have no idea.
$1 a day.
Well,
Probably-
because I always see someone, and I'll be like, oh, they kind of faded, and I'm like, God, I bet they're still making money. Like,
Yes.
Probably not like
100%.
like if you're like a television actor or something, you can kind of and you're on
can-
like Friends or so, then
Oh,
that's
sure.
forever somewhere. But who knows?
Recently there was a Christmas movie. Well, it wasn't recently made. It just was recently served to me on whatever algorithm Netflix has, I
Yeah.
think. And I was like, how do I know this woman? And she was Mona on Friends. Mona?
I have not seen Friends.
Okay.
I
Well,
think Moana. I think
I've
is what you're
never
thinking.
never seen Friends either.
With
I've
Dwayne the Friend Johnson.
yeah, actually. It was
we were
Moana.
actually talking about Moana.
Oops.
Yeah, I will.
But I was like, where did she go? And then I had that thought where I was like, oh, well, she was on Friends, so she doesn't need to do anything.
Yeah.
Was that like a regular on Friends, like
She was like
semi-regular
somebody's
character?
girlfriend for a season.
Okay, I wonder where that is.
I mean, I think that like if you really love acting, you can kind of
Which no one does.
know which nobody does.
Excuse you. Speak for yourself.
You could take a role like that, and then the pressure is kind of off.
Yeah.
If you need to, you can just do plays.
I
for the
think
rest of your life.
huge actors say this all the time. I just saw Elizabeth Olsen referred to Marvel as the safety net for what she really wants to pursue.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
wow,
so
what
she's
a great
just
safety
like,
net.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I'll just go make. If I'll show back up for
My
$15
safety
million.
net is sort of like working at a coffee shop.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
that's why I feel
Love
like
My
that.
safety net is literally the one that catches you when you jump off a building to kill yourself.
I know.
Mine's the one around the Apple iPhone factory that catches kids.
No, I same. I love that as a safety net. No,
But I do think, I think a lot of people are using Netflix honestly as their like passion, like fund their passion projects and other things. You'll see like big directors will make some, like Ryan Johnson making the movies, The Glass Onion and stuff. They just sort of like making these other things
Yeah.
and keep them doing what they
I
want to do.
agree. Well, it's like they keep adding Marvel characters, and it's all people that like in their 20s were the hot thing.
Yeah.
And they're still great, but you
Yeah.
know that they're like building their retirement.
Yeah.
Not that they need another $1 million.
Everyone needs another $1 million.
Okay,
Lindsay.
you're right. Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, what's the
Don't come for actors.
Yeah,
okay?
sorry. What's $1 million between someone who's staring at their bank account dwindling?
right? It is funny to me that in particular, picture like Elizabeth Olsen, like this is just my safety net, and her sisters are
Right.
like, we would have loved this.
Yeah. Her sisters are like, we had to marry billionaires. That was our safety
The
net.
old-fashioned way.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
a disgusting
Well,
billionaire.
Who are
They
they married
started. They started like a clothing line. I feel like that was like the
Sure.
first safety net. Like everybody had a like Jessica
Yeah.
Simpson.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
I
And you
worked
have
at
to marry
Macy's, and
Yeah.
it would always be the new clothing line of like someone
Exactly.
just on the other side of like a massive career type of thing. And maybe makeup, I think, is really big
Makeup,
now.
yeah.
Get a makeup line, do
Makeup
that.
is huge. Jessica Simpson nailed it though. She fucking
Yeah.
nailed it. That with like her clothing line
And shoes.
and shoes.
What kind of clothes is it?
It's just like middle America. I want to look hot, and
Yeah.
it's like not
Yeah.
quite. It's not.
Was it like live, laugh, dress well type
It
of clothing?
stays really neutral throughout the years, like slightly.
like you can't tell who it voted for, but you know.
Yeah, like you could easily. It's like a shawl, like
Yeah.
a shawl that you want to wear, or like a big sweater or something
Yeah.
like that. And then the shoes are always platform.
Yeah, and the shoes are like like if you just need a neutral heel for
Okay.
whatever.
Interesting.
You know, the neutral heel that you know.
I do know. I used to sell women's shoes at that Macy's.
Shut up.
So I know all about women's shoes.
Yeah,
and
and it's affordable.
I think that
Right,
if you do
exactly.
something,
it's like $40
that's great.
full price for a pair of like heels
That's
that you
great.
can wear for like 4 years.
Shaq did that with basketball shoes for kids. Thought
Did
Jordans
he?
were too expensive, so he made his shoes Walmart shoes. And they're like $25.
Oh, that's
It
funny.
backfired. Now you probably get bullied if you have them, but like he just wanted kids to be able to have shoes.
Well, you can't go
Right.
to Walmart. I mean,
Right.
that's crossing a line.
The picket line, probably.
Yeah.
Like, where's a
Crossing
big
a lot of
inflatable rat at
lines.
this Walmart? I think if you do one thing that's so culturally relevant, we think about it forever, you should be able to live off of that.
Yeah.
And I believe the tuna is the chicken of the sea is like a
Yes.
culturally relevant
Yes,
enough thing
it
that
is.
we should just
Totally.
give her $500,000 a year for having said that, and she
I
can do
agree.
whatever she wants. I think if you just make a forever thing, you should be fine.
Yeah,
Yes. If you
and-
make it for everything,
Yeah.
you
Make
should
a
be
forever
fine.
thing that everyone likes, the forever thing.
Yeah.
I don't know how she gets residuals from saying words in a funny way.
No, but I gotta tell you,
But she should.
I read her
agree with
book recently, and I
Like
kinda-
amongst the smut.
Yeah. Well, it started with biographies, and then someone was like, you know that like people like you could have fantasy with like people fucking, and I was like, what?
You're like, sign me up.
I-
for that.
for
You know you can think about sex.
Yeah.
What?
For years I've been like, why don't they get older and fuck in Harry Potter? But no, I read her. I like understand what she meant by is it chicken, like the chicken of the sea.
We all understood.
Yeah.
We just wanted to bully a woman.
Oh,
That's what the world wanted to do.
100%.
If you remember, when it happened, we all got it.
that
That's
is true.
I don't
Yeah.
even think it's that like stupid of a thing to say.
No,
it makes
but people
sense.
just wanted to make fun of her, and they destroyed her.
Taste,
too.
how
She,
it's
like,
cut
had
up,
a baby, and then
how
people were
frequent
like,
it is.
She looks awful. And you're
That
like,
analogy
she looks great.
makes sense. Yeah, it's
no, but I gotta
crazy.
tell you, I was so indoctrinated that when they were like, she looks awful, I was like, yeah, she does look awful.
That
I
was
know,
an
but now
insane-
looking
yeah.
And then I
back
ate
now, you're
5
just
almonds.
Like, right. They're like, you know what you should do for a treat? Freeze grapes, and you're
Yes.
like, okay.
Not even eat them.
No,
Just
Freeze
put them
them,
in the freezer.
throw them away.
suck on them and then
And just
spit it
feel-
out.
then put it back in the freezer. It's
Literally.
a reusable grape.
Yeah,
if you
it
just
was
hold it in your mouth for long enough, you
Yeah.
get the sweetness.
for sure. Well, all these like millennial women were like Britney Spears and stuff were like, wow, why are they so fucked up? And it's like, you know, we all contributed to that.
We all did
Yeah.
that.
We all
We
like
did that to those women.
100%. And they're like, well, I didn't. I'm like, oh, really?
You were alive on the planet.
Yeah, you were alive on the planet when someone was like, Britney's getting fat. And you were like, ah!
Yeah, triple digit weight.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Triple.
does she still want to sing?
Yeah, we're like, why isn't she hot still?
You should still want to fuck her. And you're like,
Good.
she
What she
just
sh-
turned 18.
When
Yeah.
she shaved her head, everyone's like, "Ugh, she probably." It's not even like that could be a cry for help, and this is awful.
No,
It's just like
no.
people are just like, "Oh, she's not even. She's done.
Yeah,
We're done.
yeah. They were like, she's gross. And then she had a baby and they were like, wow, she's acting erratic.
Well, Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
Merry
I think that
Christmas.
I think we're good. Thank you so much for having never seen Die Hard. I literally forgot what movie we did.
Thanks for the script, dude.
It's an incredible script.
Yeah, thank you for that. Really boosting
It's an
my
incredible.
ego.
I would love to
here.
animate it. That's where I live.
Oh,
I think that this
that's
is one I would really
such
like to
a good
animate
idea.
and
Yeah,
play
with
out.
all the blood. Mhm.
I think it is worth seeing.
Die Hard.
think it's a
I will
holiday movie.
absolutely watch Die Hard.
Yeah.
Are there Thanksgiving movies? I guess this comes out. I
Yeah.
know we're wrapping
Yes.
up. What are
There are
like
Thanksgiving
Thanksgiving
movies.
movies?
I can't think of that one, but it's the Midwest one where they like.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Yes,
yes.
Planes,
That's
Trains, and
that's a Thanksgiving movie,
Automobiles
and
is
that one's great.
Thanksgiving one. The Great
Yeah.
Pumpkin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Charlie Brown. Or unless is that
I think-
Halloween?
Jake, if
I
you
think
don't know
that's
Thanksgiving,
Halloween.
it's when our country freed itself from another tyranny.
Yeah. Oh my God, Jake, I totally forgot that we had to explain that to you. It was actually kind of your people.
It would be sort of like if everyone in England had a plentiful potato holiday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
But
and invited the Irish to
Yeah.
come eat potatoes
Yeah.
with them.
But low-key, it was like people from your country that you pissed off and rejected that were like, let's rape and kill everyone. And then we celebrate it, and I'm so grateful.
I'm baking the annual historic Thanksgiving themed tiramisu brownies.
Oh wow!
Oh my God, that sounds
actually
I'm excited
Incredible.
to send you pictures. When
Please,
I bake them.
I'm
Lindsay's
really
a good baker.
excited.
It's
Yes,
like
I know
crazy
this
stuff
about
on it.
Lindsay.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thank you. I mean,
I've been saving recipes all year to make.
I
'cause
can't
love
eat
baking.
anything fun, so
Really?
Oh, no, why?
I'm celiac, and then I can't have dairy.
that
and
sucks.
Peanuts are also a thing, and then it's just like
There's some
colitis.
stuff though that I would do. Does butter count as dairy?
It does, but not clarified butter.
I mean,
That's if you pronounce butter really
I have
well.
some recipes. I have some recipes.
Sure.
I meringues I made for people who were
Oh, meringue.
someone
I
with
can do
celiac,
meringue.
and
Love
it
meringues.
was how they're like you squeeze them out. It's the only time Bailey has ever seen me like upset. She's like, when you're making meringues, I was just being like, fuck,
Yeah.
trying to
Yeah.
like get the stuff into the tube to push
Right.
it out to me. And I'm like,
Absolutely.
and it's just I'm like, and now I'm blaming the person coming over.
Right.
And
Yeah.
then
How dare
I
they
made
be
all of
celiac.
these. I made all of these, and no one ate them.
Oh,
and I was like sitting here, I'm like, or we can have some meringues.
If somebody makes me like a special. Have you seen the meringues? That's crazy. We're all sort of talking about the meringues.
Yeah.
No, if somebody makes me a special dessert, even if, because I can't do a lot of sugar because I have colitis, I will be like, it doesn't matter. I'll relapse. I'll eat all of
Yeah.
them.
Oh, and
I
these
hear
were a half sugar versus the regular meringue recipe, and these took me like 4 days to make.
Oh my God.
Sugar
I
is
really
tough.
really like baking and making Thanksgiving things. Although I prefer ham to turkey, but I really
I
like.
do too. I hate. I don't. I'm not interested in the turkey.
I think I'm gonna smoke a turkey this year.
Okay.
Fits on my smoker thing outside.
You know what I got really into over the summer? Pavlova. If we're talking about,
that's when you ring a bell and eat the turkey.
it is.
Yes.
Okay.
If we're talking
don't know
about
what pavlova
it's
is.
a meringue dessert. It's
Oh,
a meringue
okay.
dessert that's like chewier.
It's like
in the
flatter,
center,
right?
Yeah, it's chewier in the center, and you fill it with like fruit and curd
Yeah.
and whipped
I love
cream.
that.
Yeah, and they do it. It's a Christmas dessert actually in Australia
Oh.
because it's warm there
Is it July?
during
Oh.
Christmas. So yeah,
So fucking dumb.
I know.
I know they don't pick to do
It's
that, but
warm
that's so
here,
fucking
too.
dumb. Yeah, it's gonna be warm everywhere on Christmas here in like
I
5
know.
years.
Thank God. But there's some really there are some really good
Yeah.
gluten-free,
Gluten-free.
dairy-free desserts.
Okay.
Yeah,
I trust you.
I also like baking that
I
sort
am,
of stuff, and it
I
like
will bake I will be baking nonstop from now through New Year's.
I gotta
Nice.
tell everyone who is listening,
Yes.
to join our Secret Santa, where you get a gift based on a movie or TV show you've never seen. Go to neverseenashow.com. We do a big gift exchange every year.
That's so cool.
You can sign up
I love
there.
that.
We got to get going.
Yes.
Thank you so much for having never seen Die Hard.
Thank you for
The
having
day
me.
before Thanksgiving, I can't believe we didn't talk about it all that much. I think that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel good about
Tell
it.
everyone where to find you and things that are going on. You're going to be in Chicago soon.
Yeah, I'm going to do my solo show in Chicago on December 22nd, so at the Lincoln Lodge. So if you're there and you want to laugh and then go, oh no, and then laugh again, you should come see it.
Great.
We love an oh no laugh show.
We love an oh no.
Oopsies.
Yeah.
But I have a Patreon called Pretty Gay. So if you like to watch gay people date each other and I'm one of the gay people, then you should sign up for that.
You know how your phone will fill in contact information, who it thinks it'll be like, probably Lindsay. If I haven't, because I hadn't programmed your phone number in, but you texted me and it was from your email.
Oh, right.
So my phone was like, and I was in my car and it was like, you have a text from probably Pretty Gay. And I was like, hold on.
So
Yes. Yes.
that is so funny.
I love that.
I love that.
Go check that out. And in LA, aren't you doing it in LA as well? The show?
Oh, yeah. I'm doing the show December 1st, which is Thanksgiving weekend, which I didn't know because I don't really pay attention to Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's all right. I mean, I think people who are
It's a
around
Sunday.
are looking
It's
for
like-
things to do. I'm firmly in the hunker down in LA through the holidays is the
Yeah.
best time to be here.
I agree.
Yeah, you can like just do whatever.
Yeah,
and,
you
like,
can.
It's nice when people just like hang out
Yeah.
and they don't have plans. Like nobody's, you're not working on your script. You know what I mean?
Right.
Oh, there's always
It's like-
somebody.
It's like
and they'll
Paula,
tell
just
you.
come to my fucking show.
No, they'll tell you. They're like, it's been giving me a great time to work on my script, and you're like,
I've also been
Like,
refreshing my
absolutely
phone.
yeah, exactly.
yeah, exactly.
Fuck off.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Lindsay, anything you want to tell people about?
I really need you to follow me on Instagram.
I need
It's
that.
become an essential part of this business, and I'm
That's
behind.
true. That's true.
So please do that. I am doing a solo show. I don't know when the next date is. I do 2 weekly stand-up shows, and I bake a lot. And you can see my croissant reviews on my Instagram. But like, it's tough.
I really need you to follow me on
I
Instagram.
like want to be coy about it, but it's like, fuck
No,
you
don't
guys.
be coy.
Just mute me when you're done. You know.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Give me the
yes.
number, mute me up.
Yeah, give me the number, mute me. You never have to see a fucking thing again, and it does no sweat off your back.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. I'm always happy to be here.
Great. Thank you so much, everyone. We're going to be getting our movie club is going to be get up and going again, as well as our game nights where we'll play some games from the podcast with people on Zoom. That's all on the patreon.com/neverseenit. We have a Discord for fans. If you go to fart.kylayers.com, I got to change the URL.
No, don't change it ever.
Or at least
Do
make
not.
a second one.
No,
Don't do that.
No.
You can
Don't
join
do
the
that.
Discord and play games with people on there as well. Thank you for listening. Have a wonderful day.
I've never seen it.